player for me, came back to get the ball for a minute, and that slowed things down. We're going to get a substitute for Tigres. We'll also get another one from the ODP side, which I think might be their last one available.
One more time, though, just Tigres just a little bit better, winning balls in the midfield. Diego Porras coming up with that one.
Looks like number 27. Don't be fooled if you can see the warm-up top that says 68. It looks like Tate Hickman is the ODP player coming in. Jonathan Noriega about to come on as he replaces Diego Ramirez, wearing number 147. All right, so Devin Dillon, the left side of that back five, will come off the field. Zarate Steve is going to go across. He was playing on the right wing. He'll go, or right of the wing back. He'll go to the left. And they're going to drop Johnson back. And Hickman comes on and goes up front. So some adjustments here for both sides. It's the first change of the entire match, 78th minute for Tigres. And I think that's it for ODP. I think they've used everybody available off their bench, except for, well, there may be one more, number 23, Knox Foster on my roster. Possibly he could be the backup goalkeeper, though.
Yeah.
Tigres in possession and the lead here in this U17 Dallas Cup final. That was a good block by Wyatt Stevens. Now going to go out for a throw.
Yeah, one more time. Tigres just easily the better team in possession today. Better technical quality, but also because they're a team that plays together all the time. Just understanding the patterns and where the other players, where their teammates are around the field. That makes the passing a lot easier. And it's allowed them to control the match. ODP coming up with two really good chances, but really just not finding a lot of ways to get into the attacking third beyond those two good chances.
And when you do that, you play that way, you really have to capitalize if you want to have any success. There's a little grab of the shirt, free kick. Should not be a yellow card if you remember. There was a moment earlier in the half where it was pretty obvious. And Calvin Berg let that go, so hey, it pleases me that he kept his standard. Although one would argue, and maybe you would, that both should have been yellow cards. We're in the 80th minute. 10 minutes plus stoppages to go. Tigres with the 1-0 lead on an absolutely gorgeous goal from Diego Porras from outside of the box with the left foot. Took one touch and smashed the half volley. Nothing Diego Flores could do in the ODP goal except for watch and pick it out of the back of the net. And the second ball on the field behind the play.
Tigres does a good job of defending compact, but then as soon as they win the ball, immediately making the field as big as they can.
There's Calvin Berg is going to, I don't know if he's seen it. Well, it's just going to be, Nazarov will take care of it.
You're about to get a trio of changes for Tigres.
Yes. It'll be their second substitution window, but a big change here as they really give some fresh legs introducing into the game. And they continue to possess to the Mexicans, just bleeding a little more of that clock. Down the right side. Sent away by Bradley. Hickman. Stevens trying to get in on it. That's a foul. Cabrera didn't like the call, but it will be a free kick for Tigres, and it'll be about 35, 40 yards out. And now here come the changes. That's going to be it for Gustavo Wood, who had a fantastic performance today, playing a lot of the hard work there.
And you wonder if this is just more or less a defensive change.
So coming in will be Eder Quintanilla, Jorge Ortega, and Gael Bautista. Wood coming off the field. Luis Ibarra just stepped off their left wing. And I believe that's Acedo there. Yeah, it is. It's Kevin Acedo. Boy, I was impressed with his play as well today.
Sure, absolutely. The danger, especially in the first half, was all coming through Acedo down that right side.
It's going to take a minute for us to figure out how this lines up because it's a free kick here. Long strike, wide of the goal. It's a shot. That one never really looked like it was going to test Flores.
So the job of winning balls in the midfield, trying to just put their foot on the ball so they can establish a little bit of possession, the ODP team. It did not get any easier there as fresh legs, six fresh legs now are going to, uh-oh.
Giveaway into the box. Tigres for two. Not enough. The substitute. The first touch of the match for Jorge Ortega could have put it away.
I think he was a little surprised that ball ended up at his feet.
That was a glorious opportunity for Ortega.
Yeah, there it is again. Just couldn't get it. Ortega couldn't get his feet sorted out quickly enough to just get a little more sting on that shot.
Good save by Flores to maintain his position. But either side, if Ortega picks a corner, Tigres is getting ready to celebrate the trophy. ODP staying alive because of that. Now they try to work it forward. Hickman with a touch. But that's it, as Kyle Livermore and Mason Bradley tried to find their substitute striker here.
Well, Tigres just defending in good spots, defended with commitment. So the ODP players just never have a chance to turn. Hard to break the lines, hard to get around somebody individually. Tigres just a really tough defensive team. You know, they're going to end up, unless ODP does something special here, they're going to end up going all 6 games of the tournament, not allowing just the one goal.
Well, they've been defensively strong. There's been a couple of cracks, but it's never broken.
Nice little spin there from Kyle Livermore, but just couldn't do anything after he worked out of pressure in midfield. Another good step up there from Vargas.
A foul called against the ODP as Vargas asked for a minute just to shake off the knock to the left thigh. That's it, I believe, for the ODPers as far as players they can bring on. Tigres still has a couple of substitutes, but they may not make any more changes here as they have the lead, looking to win the U17 Dallas Cup final here in 2023. Long switch by Bautista. Ortega on the right. Ibarra was coming up from the right back position, but that pass was behind him.
Rush throw in there from ODP, so they lose it immediately.
They get it back. Stevens on the turn. They work it out to the side. Zarate, he hasn't had a lot of space, but when he has, he's been able to do something with it. Rolls it to Hickman. Kept it in. It's still on the end line. Back toward the middle, headed away. Noriega. Livermore to the left. Again, they send it in. Tagashi, good first touch, but then tried to go over his head with a second, and Jonathan Lopez, no nonsense. Just sent that anywhere but here. Good defensive clearance. Again, he was the one that took that long free kick just a couple of minutes ago that went well wide, but when it comes to defending, he has been really, really good protecting his back four. Johnson, out wide. Came off the bench as a right winger, and we have a player down. I think I got caught by a ball to the face as play continues. Cabrera deflected to the outside. Zarate has to knock it down. Gallardo's up and trying to return as it's crossed in, and a well-claimed charge down by Fernando Nino.
Yeah, good, confident catch there in traffic. Makes it no problem at all. Makes it look easy.
So Nino claims. Time is running out for ODP and for Tigres. That was kind of a loose play. Nino hit a tough ball to Ibarra on the right side. He went out for a throw and probably didn't have to do that. Hickman. Bradley switches, or gets the switch from Robleski to the right side for Johnson. Bradley uses the space, and he finds Nazarov, who's getting forward more as they try to take some risks. Into the box, a chance. Cabrera, couple of touches, cleared away. Again, it's Lopez.
Well, we're starting to at least ask questions now of the Tigres back line. Tigres back line that's been in such control, such tight control the entire way.
Togashi, tough challenge here. Bautista wins the battle, and that's a big one for Tigres as they try to go down the wing. Not necessarily in a hurry, but trying to bleed a little bit more of the clock. Quintanilla is forced out.
Yeah, it looked like he had nothing else on his mind other than just slowly migrating toward that corner.
Up the wing goes Cabrera after a nice little ball forward by Stevens. Long clearance by Nino. Togashi headed back forward. And again, Lopez is on the end of it. His positional play has been very impressive in that number 6 role.
Well, we're sort of in what we call the tactics free zone, and ODP, but I think it's working right now for them. The only chance really is just to turn the game into a big scrap and turn it into a game of trying to win firsts and seconds and hope that something falls right for you, because otherwise Tigres has just been in such tactical and technical control of the match otherwise.
That ball came up and caught the right arm of Diego Porras. That's going to be a free kick for ODP, and you want to talk about sending guys forward. Even Flores is coming up towards midfield, or his coach is telling him to staying back just a little bit, but they know could be one of the final chances. Ball into the box, dangerous one, through everybody, and it's going to be a goal kick. Goodness, that was one of the better serve. We haven't seen a lot of great deliveries from this team today, ODP. That was one of them. But it ended up, as we have a Mexican player down in the box. That's Ibarra, Juan Ibarra, who has put in a lot of work over on the far side. Wouldn't be surprised if he's feeling the effects of a hard 90 minutes, as we are in the final minute of normal time.
I almost feel more like he's feeling the effects of wanting the just wanted to milk a little time off the clock. He may be cramping, but Calvin Berg immediately telling him he's just got to go off. He got to go
They're
off.
They're going to make a substitute here,
side.
Steve. So for Tigres, Sebastian Pacheco is about to come on, and it looks like Ibarra, who's on the far side of the field.
I think he's the one. Was he the one coming off?
Well, he's
no, maybe
like
not.
He wants to come back on here. 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. ODP playing up a man for a minute. Referee has not yet waved Ibarra back on the field.
No, he's tactically ignoring Ibarra. I think the message that he's sending is, yes, if you want to, milk a little time off the clock by falling down back behind the play, you might have to go off for a few seconds.
I love the way he's done it today, the referee. Calvin Berg has been impressive, but we are in stoppage time now. They still have yet to make that substitution. Long ball forward. Vargas heads it away. Second one by Gallardo.
2 or 3 really impressive players today from Tigres, and Vargas is definitely one of them.
At midfield, Robleski. Foul called on the ODP center back. That's going to allow them to make the substitution, as it will be Ibarra, who's not going to take any bit of a hurry here to come off. To change here in the 92nd minute.
I respect that he's jogging at least. That's good. It's sportsmanlike.
Number 320, Juan Ibarra. Entering the match is number 315, Sebastian Pacheco.
So Pacheco comes in as he makes his Dallas Cup final debut today.
Ibarra really did put in a lot of work along the right side, up and down the field. So just a minute and change now. Nothing really for ODP to do, but just get a few numbers forward and try to punch it down the field, create a little chaos, hope for something good.
First to do that, they've got to get the ball back.
Yeah, only 2 shots the entire match for the ODP. Both very dangerous, but only 2 shots.
Ball's thrown in. Pacheco getting a touch, which is nice for the player who just came on, and then it goes out for a throw-in. And so can they get quickly into the field of play and down the line? They do flick it forward. Look who's there again. It's Lopez. Switches across for Quintanilla. Back. Pressure from Cabrera. Took it away. Nazarov with a lot of pressure from behind. Gets grabbed and eventually taken down. That's going to be a free kick. Yeah, and then the ball's kicked away. So it's actually a yellow card for time wasting.
I know what he was doing, but I think in this case probably wasn't a smart foul because it's going to allow the free kick to be taken and for ODP to get everybody forward.
Noriega gets the yellow. I thought it could have easily have been Quintanilla for the tackle. Ball sent in by Flores. Flicked on. Headed back across. Hickman toward the back post, and it's over the crossbar.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, Owen. I think if you just defend the counter instead of committing the foul there and allowing just that to happen, because otherwise ODP is creating very little of nothing. You just don't want to give them a chance to send everybody forward and play a long ball into the 18.
Nino looked like he may have had that covered, but it was very, very tight. We've played the 3 minutes. I think Calvin Berg, because of the time wasting for Tigres, has added a little bit more. Cabrera. Tigres sends it forward, and that's going to do it. The U17 boys trophy belongs to Tigres as they get a goal from Diego Porras, and they beat the 06 National ODP side by that score. It's 1-0. Here at Toyota Stadium.
A lot of good performances. Diego Porras with the all-important goal. I thought Jonathan Lopez did a great job, the captain for Tigres, controlling the midfield. Osvaldo Vargas always doing the defending, never putting a foot wrong back there. Congratulations to Tigres on the Under-17 championship.
Well, it's been a fun first final here to start the day. We have lots more on the docket. The U18s are next, coming up. But thank you so much for joining us. This has been a presentation of ESPN.